Okay, this is video 4. We're going to get into some specifics about internet marketing, and we're going to talk a lot about the three moving parts. There's three moving parts. You've got product, you've got your autoresponder or your database, often referred to as iContact or Aweber or Infusionsoft or Instant Customer. Whatever program you use, that is kind of your autoresponder. That's your data bank, if you will. Okay, and then you have your customers. You have your traffic. So those are the three major moving parts that we're going to be discussing. So let's look at how they relate to our beef store example. Okay, and if you haven't watched the previous videos, you need to, because you won't get this at all if this is your first video. Okay, so we have our beef store. We know that this is our autoresponder, our data bank, whatever you want to call it. Autoresponder is often what's referred to as the emails that actually go out. Some people call it a follow-up sequence. Have you ever noticed when you've put in your information to a website that you systematically get stuff? It seems like they're writing to you, but they're not. I mean, you're kind of over that now. You know the trick, that these are automated emails that go out like every 3 days. It's a campaign, and a lot of times as we talk about this beef example, we may be offering, over here's our product. Here's the semi trucks that pull up to deliver our product. You guys know those refrigerated trucks that have the beef in them when they pull up to the restaurants? Well, that's what these are over here. So here's product. Here's our database. Right here, it's our store. That's where our information repository is, if you will, or where we collect all of our email addresses, names, phone numbers, etc. Clicks, what they click on, how they're tagged. We're going to be talking about all of that in greater detail in a little bit more advanced video. So here's our traffic, here's our customers. We know it all comes right here, past this little intersection. We've kind of identified who our target customers. And let me talk about something for a minute. You say, well, Tom, you talk a lot about money-making products that people can buy to resell to make money on the internet. Yeah, I do. A lot of people are interested in making money. I mean, this may sound crazy, but there's a lot of people that learn this business by selling products that teach people how to learn this business. I don't know if that makes any sense. But there are other people who they market duck calls, those things you blow into and they make duck sounds. And from that, they end up selling all kinds of duck-related gear. Every fisherman wants to know how to catch the big fish. So there are people out there that sell the ultimate fishing lure. But of course, once you've opted into that list, you're going to get rods, reels, boat, motor. You're going to get emails about everything related to fishing that will not only help you catch the big fish, but it will show you how to get the fish to shore faster. Okay? In this scenario, we're talking about beef. Okay? We're talking about selling beef. And we've identified that this traffic comes from health clubs, so that's no good. This traffic comes from women vegetarians, so that's no good. This traffic comes from the hunting lodge, and this traffic comes from the football stadium. So we've identified where our traffic is that is the best traffic for our product. Well, how do you do that? Well, it's very simple. You get to know your customer. And you go, oh, my customer is college educated, or he's not, or she's not. They like beef. Now, I can go onto Facebook and I can type in precise interest beef, and there'll be 500,000 people that have clicked the like button for beef. I'm going to market to beef eaters. Now, I wouldn't do that for vegetarians. Why would I check vegetarians? Am I trying to convert vegetarians? No. That costs too much money. Okay? So when we look at how we pick our product, Here's USDA beef. Here's Brazilian beef. Here's Argentine beef. Here's Japanese beef. And give me another beef. Here's Bolivian beef. Okay? Beef. I'm a beef marketer. Maine lobsters. You know, people who like steak typically like lobster. You ever heard of surf and turf? There you go. How about jumbo shrimp? Would the database, this traffic that I've picked out, be interested in all these products? Most likely, yes. Corn? Maybe not. Tofu? Really not. Okay? So I need to understand not only my customer, but I need to understand my products. I think Howard Schultz with Pour Your Heart Into It, if you ever read that book, he was a connoisseur of his product. He knew his customer and he knew his product better than anybody. And he studied how his customer interacted with the product. I mean, that's amazing. By the way, this may sound crazy, but what about steak knives? What about grills? How about the grill set? You know, the tongs and everything. You starting to see my drift here? How about steak salt? How about steak seasoning? Why? We're starting right here. This was our first product. Okay, and for those of you that are either marketing the Empower Network program with David Wood, or you're marketing Escape Dates, or you're marketing Mike Dillard's Elevation Group, whatever product, if you're marketing Mike Dillard's Elevation Group, you should be focused on financial products, because that's what that system is about. If you're focusing on David Wood program with blogging, your autoresponder, your sales sequence, or everything that you have in your store for this customer base out here that you've identified likes blogging or steak, nothing in that store should be steak. Oh, by the way, what about chicken? How about Omaha steaks? Omaha, we forgot about Omaha, didn't we? Can I offer all these products to my core business right here? Yes, because this database that's in here that I've accumulated likes this. There's a chance that some of them like this. We know that this traffic here likes this. They like this. It means that some of them might like this, some of them might like this, etc., etc., etc. Okay? You know, one day, could I put a steakhouse right here? Probably. If everybody's used to coming here to buy steak, this would be a good place for a steakhouse. You get my drift? What about ribs? What about the best barbecue? Okay, now, I don't want to throw you off here, but as long as there's 5,000 people, let's say okay, our first milestone is 1,000 people who have gotten to point number 2. They opted, they clicked, they came to our parking lot. They walked around the corner, they got a coupon, remember, for 10 bucks for walking in the store. They got in the store, they were offered a coupon for 25 bucks if they tried to leave without buying anything. Okay? Let's say we got 1,000 people to step number 2. And on step number 2, remember we got up to a 40% conversion ratio? We have 400 people that have bought our product. Okay? So, when we look at these numbers right here, we go, okay, we have 400 customers. This is going to be the highest converting database of buying the rest of these products. So when you market to your 1,000 opt-ins, this sect right here is going to buy more, a lot more than the other 600 that haven't bought anything from you. Some of these people may have been out-of-town visitors that just were driving by and had never seen a beef store. Some of these people are, you know, I don't know, they just might not be interested in beef, or they found another beef store that they liked better on the other side of the town. But eventually some of these will opt out. They will say, listen, I'm not going to drive by here anymore. I'll see your ad, but I'm not interested in your product because I saw your store early on when you didn't have any windows or anything, and you know that was kind of weird for me, so I want my name off your list. So when we look at this, we can stock chicken, I think I was putting here. Woo! We can put all of these products in our store, okay? But we may not have that much room. So maybe 1 month we do USDA beef. So this is going to be January, because USDA beef in January is the best in January. In February, we're going to do Brazilian beef. March, April, and okay, so looking at this, you go, okay, so what do you mean we're going to sell these? On the 25th of the month, 5 days before the start of the next month, we're going to put a campaign into our store. We're going to get the shelf, we're going to close the doors at the 25th, and we're going to put a cover, a tent over our store so nobody can see it. This is a silly example. And then on the 1st of the month, we're going to uncover it, and it's going to say Brazilian beef. And we're going to do 15 email communications, 15 marketing elements that is going to push Brazilian beef in February. You say, well, how do you do that? Well, number one, the Brazilian Beef Company, they have already written the emails for us. They've already have the banners designed for us. They have all the advertising. They already have the video to teach the guys on the street corner how to spin the sign and how to dance in Brazilian, okay? They already know how to do that. They already got all that done for you. It's done for you. You don't have to write it. People go, oh, I have to write these emails as sales copy. No, you don't. If you're dealing with a top-notch product provider or publisher, as they call them, the product's already done for you. Okay? So when we look at this scenario, all the sales and marketing material for these are already done. All you have to do is install it right here so that these people can see it and these people can be informed about it. Because remember, we already have their information. There's more traffic out here. Let's say there's, what do we say, 10,000 cars coming by per month, or 1,000 cars it was, I think was in our example. We have 1,000 cars coming by a month, and we're trying to get 5% to opt in, to click through, and ultimately we're trying to add names to this database because we want to increase this from 1,000 would be our first milestone, to 3,000, to 5,000, to 10,000. Okay? Let me give you some numbers real quick. And then this is going to excite you because this will become a mission. When you hear this, 2% of your database, if marketed to properly, will buy something from you every month. Or higher if you're a really good marketer. If you really treat your customers right and you provide them a lot of value. Like maybe videos like this will help you increase your beef sales. I want to do a video on how beef cuts are cut and how we cut ours the best. And when a customer knows that, they become even a better customer. They go, wow, this guy really knows how to cut beef. I don't want to buy beef from anybody else. This guy is the best beef cutter in the world. Okay? So when we look at the scenario, man, I hate erasing this. This is just artwork. Okay, so I'm going to erase some of it. I'm doing my eraser. So, There goes the health club traffic. We're going to get rid of the health club traffic. So if 1,000 people are in your database, in January, we market USDA beef to them, 2% buy, the 2% rule. Go to the 2% rule. That means we have 20 customers, right? In February, these 20 customers may still come back, but we got some Brazilian beef customers as well. Maybe we draw some more people from that database and we add another 20 customers that are willing to come in our store and buy on a monthly basis. And say in February we've increased our database to 1,100 people, and then 1,200 people, and then 1,500 people, and we do a joint venture campaign, which we'll talk about that later. We jump our list up to 2,500 people, and then we do a bigger joint venture campaign and we jump our list up to 5,000 people. 2%, 24, 30, 50, 100 customers times $100. You remember our first example? We made $1,000 and 600 of it was profit. Well, now we got 100 customers times a $100 average sale. Now we've got $10,000 in sales with $6,000 in profit, minus whatever our marketing cost was to generate, that much traffic to build our database. Folks, you can make a fortune off of a 10,000 person database. You can live well. If you are selling on a 10,000 person database that is very interested in beef and you're providing very good value to that database, good training videos, how to cut beef, videos on how to grill beef, videos on steak knives that are best to eat beef with, videos on salads that go best with beef, videos on the best seasonings out there, an interview with a top grill master who will show his techniques on how to grill beef. You get my drift here? You're selling beef. Go find out who the beef people are in town and say, dude, can I bring my video camera and do an interview with you? Because I got people that love beef and, I'd love to be able to offer. And you might even ask that person you're interviewing, hey, if you want them to come to your restaurant or something, maybe I could offer them a freemium, like a 10% off coupon or something like that to give them to increase the opt-in ratio. You increase the opt-in ratio, you increase your sales conversion ratio where you have more customers. Okay? So this, you have to be very dogmatic about this. When you look at these numbers, you go, okay, so this month, boom, Brazilian beef. I'm offering Brazilian beef. Now, I still got my USDA beef customers. They're still going to buy USDA beef. I still got it in my cooler, but I'm going to expand my database a little bit more. March, Argentine beef. Now, how does this translate to what we're talking about? Okay? Well, this month, hey, we may be doing David Wood's program with Empower Network. And that may last for 3 months. And then all of a sudden, Charles Orlando comes out with Social Media Accelerator product, a new product that he's looking at putting out. Then we market his product. And maybe Amy Porterfield's has her product launched, and we decide we want to market her product. Okay? It's cool because that database that you have, that customer is interested in making money on the internet products. They're interested in beef. Okay? Now, if I were to all of a sudden send a diaper offering to them, that would lack integrity. If I all of a sudden sent an offering to them about real estate, if they're interested in making money in real estate, that's cool, but that's a little bit stretch. They're interested in making money on the internet. Now, if I showed them how they could make money selling advertising to real estate agents or training material to real estate agents, that's a different deal. Okay? So, as we look at this scenario, every month, let's say you got 25,000 people in your database. Okay? Let's do these numbers real quick. Let's say it took you 2 years to develop a 25,000 person database of people interested in eating beef. Okay? By the way, this beef example is real. Okay? So you could do this as much as you could money making, because you can build a database of people interested in beef. There are people who sell beef door to door. Omaha Steaks sells beef by mail order. Omaha Steaks advertises on Facebook. I know because I checked their like button and I like Omaha Steaks, and I've clicked on their ad and I've bought Omaha Steaks. Okay? I haven't seen any shrimp ads, but I haven't seen any Maine lobster ads, but somebody needs to get out there and target meat eaters and think about that, okay, if the profit margin's there, and that's another issue we're going to talk about as well. So we've generated a database of 25,000 people, and every month we're going to do a kick-ass campaign about beef, okay, or making money on the internet. 2% are going to buy, times $500, or I'm sorry, that equals 500 customers. Man, got dollar signs in my head. I keep writing a dollar sign. 500 customers. 500 customers times an average commission of $50 per customer. Hello? Some of you are adding quickly. Realize that that's $25,000 a month in revenue. There's a rule of thumb in internet marketing, and I'm going to end it on this because I've been talking a lot of numbers, but I'm getting down. I hope you understand this stuff. You can make $1 to $2 every month for every name you have in your database. And you think about that, and you realize that the average cost to generate a lead is around, if you can get it under $2, you're going to be in great shape. And that's very important, because if you build a list of people, a 1,000-person list, and I'll save this for the next video because we're going to talk about lead list building costs. We're going to talk about how to monetize it, what your ROI is, and they say it's paying attention to your knitting, sticking to the knitting. You got to watch the numbers, okay? Because the minute you find the magic combination, you need to dial it in. And you need to amp it up, and you need to invest money in marketing to explode it, because you could make a ton of money very, very quickly. And I'll show you, we're going to talk about that because it's one thing we're doing right now with a very exciting opportunity with David Wood's program. Has a high ROI, okay? And I'm not selling investments, but it has a high return on initiative right now. So there you go. Let's see, anything else I want to say before I close this video? $25,000, 25,000 names in your database. How do you build a database like that? We're going to cover that in upcoming videos. So I hope you're enjoying this training, this knowledge. I hope it's all starting to make sense. This is your Aweber account. This is your iContact account. This is your Infusionsoft account or your Instant Customer account. Whichever one you decide to use doesn't matter. Aweber is very popular and it's cheap, but this is so important because this is what sends the messages out to not only your new customers, but it sends messages out to your old customers as well. So it's very, very important. This is your database. This is traffic that's on the internet coming from the search engines. This traffic up here that we bought is coming from Facebook or Google or Plenty of Fish. And we're adding traffic to our intersection. Targeted traffic, not random traffic. And that's what's so important about the internet. And that's why it makes it such a great device, that when you figure out who your customer is, I'm amazed that people go into internet marketing and you go, well, who's your ideal customer? Well, men and women, 35 to 55. No. Who's your ideal customer? It's either going to be men or women. They're going to like certain companies. They're going to like certain things on Facebook. They're going to be a certain profile, and that general of an understanding is the difference between a 0.05 click-through rate and a 0.15 click-through rate, which is infinitely better, exponentially better. How about a 0.38? I had one the other day running at 0.38. That's what we're talking about. So And a 0.38 is huge. You say 1/3 of 1% is a gigantic click-through rate. Oh my God, you have no idea. So we'll be talking about this in further discussions in these videos. I hope you're enjoying this, enjoying your holidays. If it is indeed still the holiday seasons, I may have these videos past the holidays. So, but I'm enjoying teaching you. I hope it's all making sense, and I'll see you in the next video. I think it's going to be video 5. I've lost count already. This is Tom signing off.